will give startup loans to young entrepreneurs. So I was helping them develop models around how do you approve a loan for someone who comes up with an idea?
How do you value it?
How do you value it? How much money to give them? So it's really a social loan. So, but it's really interesting. I mean, fascinating work. But while I was doing that, Bitcoin suddenly hit the headlines, and I was sort of going. Yeah. Part of me was going, yay, I'm not on my own. Part of me was going, damn.
So have
they just got in ahead of me?
So Nick, obviously you're a multi-billionaire now because you bought all those Bitcoins.
Yeah, honestly, and like everyone else, I went trying to find my ZX Spectrum in the local garbage tip. Yeah, no, there are stories of people trying to refine, those 10, even just 10 Bitcoins in mine 10 years ago. Think how much they're worth now. Go and buy a house with that.
What are they now?
$15,000 each.
Because they did have quite a volatile period.
Literally yesterday and today it could be. Who knows? So.
I've got friends saying they're going to be 100,000 Bitcoin. They're going to be 100,000. Yeah.
They're going to actually mine 100,000.
No, they're going to be the Bitcoins are worth 100,000.
Well,
because it becomes global. Because at the moment it's speculative, isn't it? It's not really a currency.
There is actually a limit on the number of Bitcoins that you can mine.
32 million, is it?
I was going to say 28, but it might be
something like that.
Yeah. And who knows? And as soon as all currencies are a scarce resource, which think about that. I'm not too sure about that actually.
I was going to say unless they're fiat, fractional reserve lending currency. Anyway, we'll go into that.
I was just going to say that it's ironic, isn't it, that I found out about Bitcoin through a guy called Simon Dixon who runs Bank to the Future. Yeah. And in order for his business to be more successful, he emigrated to Japan.
What? I thought he went to Hong Kong.
No, Japan.
Did he go to Japan?
Yeah, I think so.
Because.
Have I got that wrong?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
I think Hong Kong.
Okay. But he went to Hong Kong.
He couldn't make it here. Anyway,
Google Simon Dixon, find out.
Yeah, let me know.
put Jill right for me.
Yeah, thanks.
But but Simon Dixon was crowdfunding, wasn't he? He was about crowdfunding. That was his.
He had lots of irons in the fire, but But that's the first time I'd kind of been aware of Back to the Future. That was about 2008, I suppose, 2009, something like that.
Yeah, and that was when, strangely enough, we're talking about adversity being the mother of all invention. So Bitcoin and crowdfunding, that all started during a recession on the back of a global financial meltdown.
Yeah. Well,
okay. So now we're getting closer. So you turn up in England, married.
Yes. Same life.
Same life. That's it.
Good. So how did because obviously at the moment you're a photographer. That's what you do for a living.
Yeah.
As well as all your millions of Bitcoins, obviously that you don't have.
I don't
but what was it that drew you to picking up the camera and saying I want to shoot pictures?
Well, when I got ill, I had to do a lot of work to get myself back up and running again. And on the back of that, it was really around who am I think it was a big question when I came back, because unfortunately I don't have time to go into everything that happened, but it really was, who am I really? Because remember we talked about that need for survival and the going down the academic route. So, okay, let's strip that away. Let's strip away that need, let's strip away that need to go down that academic route. Who am I? Well, it turns out that yes, I managed to, as I said, put my head down, and I've got the capacity to go and pick up a whole lot of information, regurgitate it, and then go and. Yeah.
So would you say you're a fast learner, or you can? But nowadays you can learn very quickly on your own, can't you?
Yeah, I have that ability to just regurgitate stuff, but I don't think it's really who I am. Do you know what I mean? It is a very academic world, and I realised through things that happened through my childhood, my very, very young childhood, actually pre-memory stuff we're going back to now, and this is all kind of the work I was doing, that I actually have part of the things that happened around that time. I had to develop some survival techniques, and one of them was going off into my own little daydream world. And if you go off the daydream world, you have a very, very vivid imagination. And that imagination and creativity, you can see it just popping out now and again. I can see it. I won an Easter egg colouring competition when I was 8 years old, believe it or not. And then when I picked up a camera in Japan, this was trying to counter what became a quite stressful job. I took up photography, and an American photographer, and he actually said to me, first 10,000 shots is just practice. So he gave me all the kind of the basic tools of how to, the kind of like the foundation of photography, but then off on your own, 10,000 shots, and then you kind of like, you'll understand what a camera is, and then you've actually got to go develop your own style, beyond that. So I think it was shot 3,460, I still remember it.
3,460.
So you're further the way through my supposed 10,000.
Another aha.
And I took it, I quite like that photo. And I seen it, I was waiting to go into the cinema, I was looking down to the street, and there's all these colourful umbrellas going through it, and my imagination went, wow, what a great shot to have, kind of like these. And I did it panning, so there was just a slight blur, and the movement came in the photographs, and the colour came in. And I looked at it and I went, oh, that's exactly how I kind of imagined it. And back to imagination. Yeah. And I thought I'll put it in for a competition, and it won shot of the day in one of these kind of pro digital DSLR magazines. And I thought, oh, hold on a minute, there's maybe something in this. And then just from there, another one, another shot of the day, and then kind of like, and then I started doing events, and then I realised that was my thing, was events. Yeah. And then again, that was part of, when I came back with lots of things, I started the currency, I did the photography, and I went as far as putting my name, registering my company in Yale and doing a website, and then go back to the illness again. So then, literally, you can see everything's just come to a grinding halt, and then. So
does it halt, or is it like you can still? No, that's the thing when you operate on your own. That's one of the things that as within the community, there's a lot of self-employed consultants or one and if they can't work, they can't earn money. So it's a very vulnerable position to be in. So you're just getting off the ground with.
Oh no! It was actually it came to a grinding halt. I could not operate. I could not function. It was everything went down to zero. And so you can imagine my poor wife. She's come back to foreign country. And her husband's health just collapsed on her. And this is when you've married the right person. She stood by me, and so she had to go out and. She didn't have to find a job, but she wanted to find a job, wanted to do something. But yeah, she suddenly found herself in a position where she was working and I wasn't, which was a complete role reversal. And credit to her, she's done absolutely amazing things. What she's done with her life to diversity and mother of all invention. It's amazing where she got to and what she found she was capable of. And but it all came to a grinding halt, and then. But do you remember that listing I put on Yale? That was part of why I'm sitting here today, because I was just coming out of the illness, coming back up, and I still wasn't functioning. I wasn't no way I could hold down a job or run your own business, anything like that. And someone from BNI phoned me up and said. We're starting a new chapter. We need photographers. Would you like to come along to the meeting? And I went, whatever.
Is that because of the space you were in?
The space I was in. That was in June. Yeah. We were on 3 months to September last year, and I went, okay, I'm now in a space where I was out for literally 3 years. That's how long I was out.
Wow, I had no idea.
So, and then September, I was like, oh, okay, I'm now in a space where I'm a bit more open-minded. Energy levels are back up where I can operate, and I went along there and thought, okay, this I like the group, I like the setup, I like the concept, and came back with to my wife and said, well, wherever this goes, I have no idea where this journey is going to go, but it can be part of that getting me back up onto the kind of like. And through BNI, I've discovered B collaboration. So that's how that listing in Yale is why we're sitting.
Well, it's strange, isn't it?
How these little things.
Ironically, the people that told you about B collaboration had never been to a meeting.
No. Oh really?
No, not at all. So it's
So
strange,
you
isn't
don't.
it?
Those names don't ring a bell to you, then?
Tracy it does,
Does.
yes, because she booked in. I think she's booked in twice to come, but she's never actually turned up.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think she has she? No, don't think
Yeah.
so. But yeah, it's fascinating. So going back to what you were saying about taking that photo, I love that image of and your creativity that's kind of always been there within
Yes.
you. When you went on the Be Inspired Day,
Yes.
that was one of the things that you acknowledged
Yes.
as part of your being, wasn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think it's a shame we don't have time to go into the reasons why we got to that point, but another time. But
You have to come back and
I'll have to do it. That's an hour and a half on its own.
Yeah.
But yes, no, absolutely. In the Be Inspired program, it's that is all around find your true being. Who are you, and how do you fit into the world? And so it was tremendous to be on that course and kind of acknowledge what there were three words I came out with: caring, creative, and innovation. And if you go back from what we've just been discussing, like the currency, that's the innovation, the creativity is I guess the photography and the caring. The caring part. That's tied into that pre-memory stuff I was talking about. I have a huge need, actually, to look after other people. And you can see it ties into, look at event photography. I'm trying to capture people's micro-emotions and trying to connect people, make them happy. That's what photography is about. So it's back to that caring thing. The currency, that's all around trying to help people, support people who... So you can go off and do what you want in the world without having to use this awful thing called money. So you kind of so the Be Inspired program kind of brought it down to 3 words. Everything we
focused it down.
Yeah.
But it's interesting what you said about. I just thought I'd offer you this and just an observation what you said about, because you said it yesterday as well about when you do events, you like those micro expressions.
Yes.
I think what I love about that is you notice something that could have been missed, that would have been missed, and captured it.
Oh, yeah, and and
do you know what I mean? It could be a little look from one person to another. It could be a little glint of happiness, or you sometimes catch people with a bit of. And I think you've got to pull an eye out for that to notice it and not only notice it, but be shot ready to capture it and then bring people back. And look, this is what the event was about, or this is what the occasion was.
right.
And these are all the little nuances that kind of because our faces have so many ways of expressing delight, joy, whatever.
Yes.
And then noticing those is a real. You've got to care about it to be that. I tell you where I'm coming from as well. So when I'm in the front of the room, part of it is reading where people are at.
Yes.
And some of it is very subtle.
Yes.
Sometimes people sitting like they're blank and you think, oh, I'm not getting anything out of this guy. And I've got to kind of, I know I haven't got him yet, and bang, suddenly something will tip and then you notice, oh, they're in now, they're with us, we're not leaving anyone behind.
Yes. Well, yes, and it's, I think it's an essence of humanity, because those micro-expressions, no matter what culture, continent you're from, age, society,
a flicker of fear is going to look the same on anybody, isn't it? Or a flicker of happiness.
In the tribes in the middle of the Amazon as it is here. We are one of the rare animals on this planet. We only have one species, and it really is the same micro expressions. And the interesting thing I love about it is, do you know what? You can't hide them. Apparently, unless you're a psychopath. Apparently, psychopaths can't hide them.
Yes, I know one.
So I just love that thing. So. Because I'm so sensitive to body language, when I can almost sit there and get ready and go, you almost anticipate what's coming, and you go, hold on, 3, 2, 1, and then you get the head drop back, laughter comes out, or whatever emotion you anticipate comes and you're ready to go. Yeah. So
just out of curiosity, how do you package that as a product? Do you give people it digitally, or can they buy it in lots of different... Because I've been involved in photography companies as well, and companies that develop. So how do you have other ways of? Well, I don't know. I'm just asking. How do you give them?
I mean, I can do whatever the client wants is the answer to that.
Okay.
But nowadays, most people want stuff digitally because I mean, there used to be the days where the photographer did kind of
The
end-to-end service, kind of like the album.
Yeah.
There's no point in you offering that service anymore. There's people that do it a lot quicker and better and faster than you do. So I'll do it for you if you want me to. But why would you want me to do it when you've got... So it's